Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the car commuter chat on deck on a Saturday morning, riding as usual. I am headed to work at my part-time situation job. It's part-time, however, it is private practice part-time. It's not like during the day where I'm working for an agency. So I love working for my agency. I love the kids that I see there, but I also like being able to go work part-time and see adults at this place that I'm going to, and it keeps me on my toes. It makes me have to work a little harder mentally to be able to be on my toes, to be ready, to be a diligent listener. So I do like having that option for work. And I like having the option of getting a few extra coins. You know, I gotta have those coins to pay bills, buy makeup, sponsor my life, you know, that kind of situation. However, I'm a little bit sleepy this morning. I didn't go to bed till later, and then I crashed hard. I did sleep in a lot later this morning though, so I shouldn't be as sleepy, but still, your girl be tired, because I work a very strange schedule throughout the week. Let's just talk about my strange schedule. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of this past week, of this week that we're currently Saturdays in the week, I worked from 7:30 a.m. to about 9 p.m. is when I pull back in my yard. About 9 p.m. is when I pull back, 9:30 is when I pull back in my yard each one of those nights. And I get up every day about 5:30, between 5:15 to 5:30 every day. And so most days I'm moving, just say about 5:30 to 11:30. Because once I get home, I gotta like do any paperwork I need to do for the night, wind down, take a shower, get into bed. So it may be 11:30 to 12 I get to bed. So I'm basically up about 17 hours a day, and then I get a little bit of rest, you know, around here sometimes. And that's how my day goes. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week, and then Thursday we're still moving it. We had an event for my son. It was so fun. We had a fairy tale ball at his school. He was Prince Charming. He was super cute. My baby is cute. I was really cute. Everybody loves thinking he was Prince Charming. I think he had told me at school he was going to be Prince Charming, and I was like, oh, there's Prince Charming. And they all knew who he was, and it was so funny, and it was so funny. He took lots of pictures with people, and I thought it was so cute. And he had a blast with his friends, running around like a chicken, going from booth to booth, making swords, to playing Seven Dwarfs bowling and Seven Dwarfs ring toss, and making crowns and building castles, and just having snacks. And they were really cute snacks. They had like Ariel's fishy friends, like goldfish and Swedish fish. It was like cute thing. It was so cute. The teachers worked so hard, and I really was excited for the kids to be able to see it and to have fun. We had so many princesses there, of course, and it was just a blast. That was a fun part of my week this week. So then Friday we had basketball. I work per usual. I didn't work at my part-time job at all. I didn't work my part-time job at all Thursday either. We had basketball. My son plays basketball, so we played basketball Friday night, and then I came home, did some more paperwork per usual, had a little vanilla crown with the Coke with Dr. Pepper. So it was just like a vanilla Dr. Pepper. Was so good, because I love vanilla Dr. Pepper though. So it just basically tastes like vanilla Dr. Pepper, but that little nightcap just put me on out. And I watched some live videos with Lou, aging gorgeously. I watched her videos. I watched some of Lily's videos before I went to sleep. I watched LaDessa do her Fenty foundation with Fenty Concealer for foundation video. That was fun. So you know, I watched quite a few videos, trying to catch up on some channels that I love watching, and that was fun. That was fun for the night, and then I went to sleep, knocked out. So that's my whole week, guys, in a nutshell. This whole week I've also been testing out two foundations, the Milani Stick Foundation and the number 7 foundation. Why can't I think of the name of it? Luminous something. Anyway, it's like a silkier, I'll tell you the name of the number 7 one whenever I go back to review it, because I got some thoughts on it. I am wearing it today. I think it looks pretty good. I do think it is not full coverage, but I don't expect it to be. It's more of a natural skin base because of the name and it's like Luminous Silk. I can't think of the name of it. I don't know. Whatever it is, it reminds me a lot of the Lancome Tint Dull, just not as matte. That's what it makes me think of. So I think they have a matte version of the same foundation that I do want to grab to see how it truly compares to the Lancome, and see if there may be a dupe. I'll let you know. I'll let you know in some future videos if I pick that up, or if I do that while Walgreens.com had some shipping problems with my order, so they had to reship me some stuff. And then I don't know if I want to purchase online from Walgreens again, but that's the only place where they has number 7 in my area is the Walgreens online or Target. And Target doesn't. When I try to go and look in the app for the colors that I need, which my shade is toffee, it is kind of strange, and the colors look different online than they are in person as always, and it's just it irritates me to have to find. It really irritates me to have to shop number 7 through Walgreens app or Target's app, because I don't feel like I'm able to see things as clearly as I do on other apps like Sephora, Ulta, or even brand websites. So I don't know. I'll let y'all know. I'm on a foundation hunt for several foundations that I wouldn't normally wear, like foundations for brands who haven't made colors for me in the past, maybe, and then foundations that are different formulas, that are textures that I like on my skin currently, which is more skin type, a skin-like finish. Excuse me. Woo. Sorry, guys. No sneezing. By a little, I mean a lot. Anyway, I'm on this hunt for foundations of brands that I have been able to access before. Like, I think I have now found the Bourjois, I think that's how you say it, Healthy Mixed Skin Foundation. I've been wanting to try that for years and years and years and years. It used to only come in like 4 colors on any place I could find here, but now I think ASOS is selling in the deeper shades. So I'm trying to figure out if anybody has like my skin tone, what shade I would be. If you know, like I know Dee, you live in the UK, if you can help me kind of source that color, like just tell me what shade you think I might be, because I know they have like deep fonts 58, deep font 60. I don't know what that means because I don't speak French. But somebody help me out if you know the answer to what color I might be in. Am I 58? Am I 60? What do I look like? Then let me know. I'm a toffee to number 7. I am nutmeg in Milani. I am warm almond and Bobbi Brown. Like, great, perfect skin match. This toffee is actually a really perfect skin match as well from number 7. So I was like, whoa, matching, hey. So like, winter skin is what I'm looking for. So let me know if you guys know what's my 380 and the Fenty. Like, let me know if you know what color I should be. Mind you, remember Fenty dries down though, so I'm really like a 385 in Fenty. And I don't know, but either way, that's where I am. Let me know what color you think I might be in there. I'm looking to branch out from just foundation brands I can find at my local stores. It's kind of what I'm looking for. Those, and then just giving, like I said, brands who have not always been so brown girl friendly a chance to kind of do some review of their products, see how it works on my skin tone, see how it shows up. Are you showing up to the party on a brown girl? Let me know. Let me know, companies. Let me know. But speaking of which, oh God, Benefit and this debacle with them just putting out these bronzers. So I love Benefit's brow products. Benefit is known for their brow products. They're known for their mascaras. They always have those box blushes, and they used to have these little squeezy tubes of lip gloss that used to be your girl's best friend. I used to love that damn lip gloss. It came in Dallas. Dallas was my color. I went through so many tubes of Dallas lip gloss from Benefit. That and the roller lash were the first 2 things I bought from Benefit ever. Before I ever bought a brow product, before I ever bought anything from them. And I love those 2 things. I went through so many tubes of that mascara, so many tubes of that lip gloss. I was buying that lip gloss when I was in college and shit, and I have been spending $20 a tube on lip gloss. I used to buy the little set 6 product at Christmas of the lip gloss. It was so perfect, and I would wear the heck out of them. So Benefit has been a long time love, even when I was like a teenager. So like a long time love. So we're talking like me and Benefit been rocking about 12, 13 years, like a long time. However, Benefit has never really done complexion products. And the times they did, I think I was a deeper shade. So it wasn't like something my best friend could wear. You know, she's like a shade or 2 darker than me. She couldn't even wear that. Okay, like that was the problem for me because she's my best friend, and I was like, we can't share the same thing. No. I was upset. So I didn't really buy a whole lot of Benefit things once I got older and realized they were kind of just not pressing for girls who were brown. The only thing I will say that I went back and bought was probably the mascara, but I bought the mascara, or it came because of free stuff will purchase a lot, so I really didn't have to go buy like the mascara because it came as like a free gift with purchase, or in like those little mascara sets that I would buy, so I really didn't have to buy it separately. So let's flash forward to this summer. This past summer, Benefit put out the Hello Hydration Foundation, and I checked out the little, they had like a little mini. I think they, for Platinum Perk or something, they had like, you could get like the mini and pick your shade, and I did that because, oh my gosh, Ulta did so much with foundations this summer. Like, we got so many free foundations and different things, and primers this past year as Platinum Perks. It was so good. There's Diamond Perks too, and it was like, whoa, let me grab my stuff, because, you know, I worked this hard to get this standard, need this perk. I need to use the perks. So I grabbed the tiny one in number 9, and it was a perfect match for summer. I'm not talking about May, summertime. I'm talking about, like, for me, deep in July, summer, when I am my deepest, deep into July, first part of August, this was really a perfect color, number 9. However, what I didn't have was a winter shade in it. And I think that I wish they had made like a 8.5 or something to help me out in the winter, like just a half a shade up to help me out. So Benefit, if you're listening, go put some 0.5s in there, help your girl out, put some neutral shades in for the winter, because I'm very warm, bronzy in the summer, and then I'm more neutral, olive colored in the winter. So that's just kind of how my skin tone runs. I'm more bronzy peach in the summer and more neutral olive in the winter, just because once I get that tan has those red undertones, and it makes me so much warmer, because that's just my coloring, okay? It just happens. I look really red this morning because of this bronzer, I think, like super red because of this bronzer today, but also because I have red hair, and I'm in like a shade of my car, so I look really red this morning, but I'm not really this red all the time. So don't mind the bronzer and my hair making me look like a little bit of a little bitch this morning. I don't look like this in real life. I look like an old person in regular sunlight. However, I am interested to see that Benefit has now put out Hula bronzers in deeper shades. They have caramel and they have toasted. Looking at the swatches, toasted is more that red bronze, that burnt bronzer look that I really do like in the deep summer. And just I like the color in general. It makes my skin look just like, whoo, that's shade. And I'll wear it kind of further into my cheeks. So like a blush bronzer combo if I get the deeper, if I was to get the toasted. However, an actual bronzer, like glowy bronzing of my skin color, would be the caramel. Because of the swatches, I say this. Now, mind you, I don't really wear like an orange tone bronzer on a normal basis. I may do a more neutral brown or a more red basis because of like how I look when I do bronze. Like, that's how my skin looks when I get tan or bronzed in the summer. So that's the kind of bronzer I tend to lean towards. Like, a current favorite right now is Milani Earthflow. And yes, I know it's a little dark for me in the winter. Don't be coming for me, but I'm loving it, okay? I'm loving it hard, and I will love it hella good, like, in the summer. Cannot wait to get that summer glow going. Like, whew, look how this bronzer looks. Milani's bronzer is popping right now. Just make me happy. I love bronzer. Bronzer in general makes me happy. So you know I'm gonna buy this damn Hula bronzer, okay? I'm not gonna not buy it. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna check it out and see if it's worth my coins. I'm gonna go and sort of swatches to be sure which color will work for me, because it may be that I need like, so this is the color I am. Can't really see. Oh Lord. But like, you can, like, I'm gonna go swatch in store to see kind of where I fall. And when they release it, I'm gonna see if the caramel is gonna be like a more natural bronze, or if the toasted is gonna be what I'm gonna need to do and just use a really light hand. So I'll let you guys know. I'll keep you posted on that. Also, they're putting out a Cheek Parade palette which has caramel in it, so I just may get the Cheek Parade palette because I do love some blush. Not gonna lie, I love some blush. I don't even have my blush today. I do maybe a little bit. I think I have my blush. I don't know. I bought the Milani bronzer down to my cheeks a little bit, and then I put a little bit of the ABH, like the coral from the Beardor palette, like just on the front. But I bought the bronzer down on my cheeks further, which is why I look kind of bronze as well. However, I'm gonna try this Benefit bronzer. I'm gonna give them a chance because I want to support brands that are trying to make a change. I really, really want to support brands that are trying to make a change. period, because I think they need to know that, hey, if you make it, we will buy it. If you make it and you're, you know, inclusive, we will be supportive of you. But if you're not inclusive and you don't make things that's for me, how can I support your brand? Like, you want to be angry at us for not supporting your brand and for boycotting it, but I can't support what you don't have. And that's what I really want to say. Hey, you're trying to make an effort. You're reaching out. You're doing some new things. You're making some changes. Let me go out here and try to show some support. Now, if you still looking shitty on your campaigns and in your Instagram and in your overall brand aesthetic, you're just making the products, but you're not advertising the products, I'm not gonna support that ass. That's what I have decided. Like, if you're gonna make a change to reach out for, you know, people of color, women of color, people who just have more melanin in their skin, regardless of race, creed, heritage, etc., you need to make sure that you're also being inclusive across the board for everybody in your campaign, in your branding, in your marketing. Don't just make the product and then shove it in the back of the shelf and hope somebody finds it. That's gonna piss me off. So I'm not gonna support a brand that does that. So that is where I think my line will be drawn. There are brands I know who in the past I've tried some of their products, and then I realized they weren't checking for me. So in 2018, when I wasn't checking for nobody who wasn't making a color for me, the ass got passed over. So about 2017 to 2018, I really decided, like early 2010, I decided, hey, if you don't have a skincare product, like a base product for me, I'm not buying a damn thing from you. And I mean nothing. And so 2017 and most of 2018, probably the first half of it, I didn't buy anything from any brand who did not have a base product for me and for the colors behind me. Because if you didn't make base products for me, or if you made base products with no blushes, bronzer, concealers, nothing that works for me, why would I buy the base product if I can't buy any of the other products to go with you? You see what I mean? So that was an issue for me personally. So that was a stand I took privately and personally in my own life, and I just talked with my dollars. And so people kick their shit about Tarte when they put out the Shake Tape Foundation and the shade range was small as hell. Let's go back to Tarte, okay? Because the people kick their shit. However, Tarte has not always not had a shade range. I will say their shade range has always been more predominantly warm toned, very warm toned. However, they did have deeper shades in other lines in their collection before they put out the Shake Tape debacle. Okay, they had the Amazonian Clay Foundation, which had colors in it. They had the Aqua Foundation with the dropper, which had deeper shades in it. Quite a few deeper shades in it, actually. I had a summer color and a winter color in it, so I know they had several shades in that. And then the Amazonian Clay Foundation was the first one I found with an undertone that matched me. It had a peach undertone for someone like me, and then it also had an olive undertone for someone like me for during the winter. So let's not just act like they weren't out here making any shades, because both of those lines had like 25 shades in them several years ago, even before they put out the Shake Tape debacle. But then what people wanted to do was bandwagon shit like we always do here on the YouTube, and everybody want to be on Tarte's ass. Tarte was a brand that was made an example of. I like Tarte as a brand. I have always liked Tarte. Tarte was one of the first more high-end, you know, mid-range brands that I really got into, as far as like eyeshadows that showed up on my skin, as far as like, you know, finding a foundation, like I said, that was a true match for me personally, finding things that worked for me, highlighter, blush, bronze, like they were slacking on the bronzer, but let's say bronzer, because they didn't put the Eris bronzer out for quite some time. But what they did have was like face powders, and the face powder came in a deeper shade that I could use as a bronzer. But they did put out the Eris bronzer, like they had the Park Avenue Crystals forever and ever and ever and ever, and they were kind of like the Hula situation with Benefit. But then they put out the Eris, and I have gone through a full one, and then I have hit pan on another, like a big pan, like I'm about to be done with it. I probably will finish it in the summer. Eris is more of a summer bronzer. I can't really wear it during the winter because it's a little too deep for the winter, but I can make it work if I just put some finishing powder on top of it and fix it out. But it has pigment. So they were making good products for people of color, but people of color weren't checking for Tarte. And so everybody's like, oh no, only MAC, only MAC. And Tarte was getting left behind. So Tarte was like, we putting out these products, but nobody's really buying them, because I've never gone to a store and found my color or anything that pertains to my skin tone that I could wear being sold out at Tarte. Whereas like the first half of the thing was like sold out in Tarte. So they put their products where their money was. So I will say they were wrong as shit for the Tarte Shake Tape Foundation. They should have put out the same, at least the same 25 that they had in the Amazonian Clay in the Tarte Foundation. They should have done that. They should have at least had that same 25 shade range. So that way, if you already had a shade range and you already had a color in those, you could find what you needed because you already knew your color. Now they've gone back and redone and like taking that shade tag, the original off the shelves. They're like taking them off, selling them out, half price, $2, clearing them out because they're putting out the face shape foundation, saying that it's a new formula, saying it's whatever. I'll wait till they get some sort of swatch and see kind of what's the situation. I did see Alyssa Ashley go in and she said that she still doesn't have a perfect match in that foundation. There are a lot of foundations that don't have a perfect matching. I just don't buy them. So I just buy foundations where I have a match and keep it pressing. That was my stance, and that's still my stance. If you don't have a match for me, I'm not buying your foundation products. However, if you're trying to reach out for people who look like me and you're making more products for us, such as bronzers, deeper blushes, you know, deeper eyeshadow shades that is reaching for me, I'll try those products. And when do you get your life together about this foundation? But Tarte's Face Tape Foundation apparently didn't have a color for her. They had a color, but the undertones were not quite right. I'm going to wait till it comes to store at Ulta, and then I'll go in and kind of see what it looks like, kind of put it on, swatch it, see if I can get a color match in it, and I'll come back and let you guys know, because I am going to try it out. Because I feel like I have tons of Tarte products. I'm not throwing them shits away. I love their eyeshadow formula. I have loved it for years. I'm going to continue. I still be wearing it. I love the blush formula. I think it's really good. Their highlighter formula is also really good as well. So they have good products. And their mascara, the Lights Camera Lashes, was my Holy Grail mascara for years. And I do mean years. Okay? So you're not going to tell me that I can no longer love products that I already own just because everybody wants the bandwagon on a train. I don't care. Do what you want. At this point, all brands have been problematic, will be problematic, and are going to be. Like they have been, they are currently problematic, or they will be. There is something in some part of some brand that has been problematic. No brand is perfect. Even Estee Lauder, in the past, she was not as exclusive. Now, she does have like 50-something shades in Double Wear, but that wasn't always the case. Now, Double Wear has always had a large color range, but that's because Estee Lauder owns MAC. And MAC and Estee Lauder tend to have overlapping products. You will notice quite frequently their products and their formulas are very overlapping. If you can't find it in MAC, go check Estee Lauder. They probably got it. They got it. Check. If you can't find Estee Lauder, go check MAC. They got it. MAC is like Estee Lauder's little sister. Younger, hotter, you know, on point, like trendy little sister. But Estee Lauder makes good products too. So just like there are brands, they weren't always, Estee wasn't always checking for brown girls. Okay, let's be real. So that's why she made MAC, for brown girls. So let's be real. Most brands have had a history of being problematic or being non-inclusive for a long time because they were not checking for people of color in any kind of way. Not for a blush, not for a bronzer, not for a highlight, not for a damn eyeshadow palette. Was your ass making anything for me? Same thing with a lot of these high-end brands. Chanel, Dior, YSL, Givenchy, Giorgio Armani. They weren't looking for us. Nobody. And so don't be acting like these brands that you love have always been non-problematic. That's the shit that pisses me off. I think we need to be more honest in the beauty community, more realistic. Just say, hell, I like what I like and I'm gonna buy what I like with my money. Period. And that's what I say. I like what I like and I'm gonna buy what I like with my money. I do have some standards that I follow and some kind of things I keep in the back of my mind when I do purchase from a brand. Like, hey, are they making a change? Are they, you know, sticking to coins? What's their stance on a lot of things? What does their Instagram look like? What does their marketing look like? Who are they checking for? If I go to a counter, how am I treated by the employees there? That really, you know, factors into where I spend my money. Period. You know, Lancome, L'Oreal, all of them took a while to get to where they need to be as far as like having enough shades and being inclusive. But you don't see anybody snapping on L'Oreal. Their little True Match campaign only had 4 damn dark shades in it for about 10 years. Then they finally, in the last 3 or 4 years, started adding additional darker shades, deeper shades. You know, people like Nema Tang came along and started putting on the deepest shade, and the deepest shade was my damn shade, and Nema looks crazy. And it was like, oh shit, we've been caught out. Let's catch up. You know, then brands wanted to start trying to play catch up, but at this point, you're a little bit late to the game. So let's play catch up on my time. I will play catch up with my dime as I feel like once I feel you've reached a place where you're really truly branching out and trying to change. You know, so once I really see a brand trying to change, I don't mind supporting them with my money. But until I see that you reach kind of like a point where like, oh, I'm really putting in some work, really looking across the board, trying to look better as a brand and trying to seek out more of what I feel is going to be a good set of people. Like, that's what I'm really hoping for with these brands. I think that this year, 2018, we just no hold bars. And we're not 2019. I mean, we're not giving any fucks about your pity story about why you don't have it out. So that's what 2018 was. It was like, oh, we don't give two fucks about why you don't have that out. Where is it at? Either come with it or come correct or don't come at all. That was pretty much the stance that most people of color took towards brands. Either you're coming with product for us or you're not. And if you're not, cancel. They was canceling people left and right. All last year, that damn cancel culture was cutting people up. I was like, I like that brand. I like the eyeshadows. I like the lip products. Can I have anything? Everything was problematic. Everything was controversial. But it was only controversial for 2 days because people was pissed off. And then they got done being pissed off and they really weren't standing by what they said and they kept it pressing. They went back to using that stuff. They went back to buying products. They went back to supporting brands. And they went on with their day. Period. So I personally am canceling no fucking body. I am going to try whatever I want to try. Use what I want to use 2019. Period. If I like it, if I go in the store and I swatch it, it interests me, I want to spend my money on it, I'll spend my money on it. Done. That is all I got to say about after that whole rant. That's the only thing that really matters. Is that whatever I want to do with my money, I'm going to do with my money. Because I work for it all hours of the day. Y'all see me all up in here working, traveling, commuting to Alaska and back to be able to work every day. So, you know, I'm going to do what I want with my money that I work hard as hell for. Because at the end of the day, it's what I like. Whether it's drugstore, high-end, Dollar Tree, Miss A, Givenchy, YSL, Dior, Charlotte Tilbury, Tom Ford, whatever I spend my money on, I'm going to spend my money on it because it's something that actually intrigues me and I'm interested in. I'm not going to just buy something to be buying something to review on my channel. I'm going to buy things that I'm interested in, and then if I like them, I'll review on my channel. Period. Like nobody, my subscriber count isn't big enough for people to request me to review anything. So whatever I want to review, I can just pretty much review and just throw it out there. And some people like it, so if they love it, I'm going to do a lot of reviews this year. I think I'm going to try to do at least 1 or 2 review videos a week on different topics, different things. Would be foundation, concealer, blush, highlighter, a release that I like, whatever. I have a lot of videos planned for this year, so I'm hoping to do my homework and do it diligently well. It's not that I haven't been filming things, I just haven't had time to sit down to upload and post or whatever else because I've been working. And so once I get a moment, which may be like Sunday afternoon, I'm gonna go ahead and try to upload like 3 or 4 videos for next week and get them uploaded and ready to go, and just publish them as they get uploaded throughout the week and go from there. I hope to see you guys around my next video. My only goal at this moment is to find some breakfast before I have to meet this first client. And I'm about to go head to the Chick-fil-A because I love me some Chick-fil-A. I love me some chicken minis. So me and chicken minis are going to have a date this morning. And I will see you guys in my next commuter chat. And I hope you have an amazing day. Bye.